Hi and welcome to the vlog. Hi Elin. Hi. We are doing the final parts of getting Elin ready to go to school, and I've just checked the time and realised I'm running late again. Oh dear. But I need to get your hair sorted, Elin. I do want to record this vlog. I actually started recording a lot of this information in the vlog I made about, well, what was it about? I posted it yesterday. Well done, Tova. Well done. Yeah, I know, Elin, I know, and this is taking extra time. My morning routine, goodness me. Because that morning I ended up doing a lot of these things. I also have stuff going on about Elin, so they just called me from Stanmore Hospital and they're gonna get me some more information about what they want to do. I had a missed call from the dietitian last week, also at Stanmore, so I need to get back to her. You know what, I'm gonna try and give the dietitian at Stanmore a call now first before I start studying. Oh, hello there. This is Tova Gillespie, Elin Gillespie's mum. All right. Okay, so we have a new admission time. They've moved it forward a couple of hours, and we have lateral flow testing pre-admission. Okay, sounds good. Now I'm updating my bullet journal. Whew. But I couldn't fit them into that video. It was long enough as it was, and it didn't really make any sense with what I was really talking about. So I decided to come back to it with Elin, because this is about Elin. And I don't have enough space. Right, let's give me some more space. Oh. I should have every piece of furniture on little wheels so I can just push it out of the way. As you know, Elin's surgery is getting closer and closer by the day. It's now less than 1 week to go before she goes into Stanmore Hospital and actually goes under the knife as well. And there is a lot to prepare, a lot of practical stuff to prepare before she goes in. And over the last couple of weeks, but more intensely over the last few days, I've had more and more stuff that has been the sort of sorting things out around Elin. I had a comb. What did I do with my comb, Elin? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I put it in your bag. That was silly of me. That was silly of me. Yeah. What is the administrative stuff, you might ask? Well, there is a lot of care to consider while Elin's in hospital, and there is a lot of care to consider when Elin comes home from hospital. Her needs are naturally going to be higher than usual, and that's what we have been looking into. So if you saw the pre-op assessment video, then you know that obviously we have a fantastic plan in place in terms of managing Elin immediately after the surgery. So this has got to do with her post-anesthetic reaction and with her post-operative pain management and medical needs management, really. But there we're really looking at sort of immediately post-surgery. But we do have some things that come in pre-surgery, and we have a lot of other stuff that comes in post-surgery a few days down the line. And those are things that I have been involved in sorting out quite a lot over the last few days. Pre-surgery. During one of our many appointments with this hospital in the run-up, I know, Elin, this is funny, isn't it? In the run-up to all of this, has been one of the things that I brought up was, is there a chance for us to come in the day before? So that we don't have to get up 4 in the morning and travel into Stanmore Hospital for stupid o'clock and kind of having all of those stresses on the morning of the operation, in addition to the fact that it's the morning of the operation. We are going to be admitted the day before. And there's been some back and forth. First, we were going to be seen in clinic by the surgeon. And so we were asked to come in for 2 o'clock and didn't have to do anything apart from a lateral flow test that morning. It's called Blue Passport. Yeah. But basically, because we were going to be seen in clinic, we were already breaking sort of quarantine and COVID protocols. So my plan then was to actually have Elin in school on Tuesday morning. Because if we don't need to be in until 2, that means we need to leave at midday. So I could pick her up at midday from school. She gets half a day in school, right? Great idea. They have changed their minds. I don't know why. I don't know fully to what. But we are now going to be admitted straight to the ward. So we are not seeing the surgeon in clinic. Instead, we are going straight to the ward at midday on Tuesday. So I'm now no longer going to take her into school on Tuesday morning. Instead, we are just going to have a chilled out morning here at home and then go into hospital. We are now no longer going in as Blue Passport. We have a COVID protocol to follow, which is a lateral flow test protocol. We need to do 1 lateral flow test on Saturday and report the results on the gov.uk website and send that email into pre-admissions. And we then need to repeat this on Tuesday morning before we go in. We do not need to isolate, but obviously if we have positive tests, we're not allowed in. That's basically it. Fingers crossed we don't have any positive tests. Oi! 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 I ran out of battery. Yes, Elin came down with a tummy bug last week, which wasn't ideal because, you know, right now I'm not sure Elin really needed to have several days of not eating anything and not keeping anything down. We weren't after a weight loss, we were after a weight gain right now, okay, madam? Yes, got this? Are you with me? She has now recovered from her tummy bug. It took a little longer than I was hoping, than I was expecting, but then again, Elin never responds like normally. I don't like using that word really, but there's not, I don't know if we have any good alternative. Elin's immune responses are very rarely not as expected. That's the one thing we can predict, is that she's going to be unpredictable, right? But she did recover. Today's Thursday, she was in school yesterday. She did stay home. So I had her home on Friday because I noticed that she was not well on Thursday. I had her home on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She went to Dad's on Monday morning and he kept her home Monday, Tuesday. On Tuesday, she was tolerating normal feeds. And then she went back to school yesterday and she tolerated everything and she was shattered. And we had a good dinner last night, didn't we, madam? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Hi. So she has fully recovered from her tummy bug now. And yeah, just life as normal really up until she goes into hospital. But obviously sort of pre-surgery administrative tasks. And then, administrative tasks to do with her pre-surgery care. Oh, I've also been given a little pack of specialist wet wipes that prevent MRSA. So we are going to be using those sort of on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, just wiping her entire hip area to make sure that that's really, really clean. As a sort of pre-op thing that we've got to do. It's really important, obviously, that all of these things are not just communicated to me, but are communicated to Dad as well. So I've been having a lot of conversations with Dad about this. And then we have post-surgery stuff. We have diet to consider. So I had a long phone call with the dietitian at Stanmore Hospital yesterday morning, a brilliant conversation where we were talking through Elin's blended diet, Elin's expected sort of healthy Elin's expected feeding regime, and post-surgery Elin's expected responses and feeding. So we talked through so much stuff, but one of the things we are doing is that we are preparing for Elin going on what's called a TPN, total parental nutrition. This is nutrition intravenous drip, not just fluid intravenous drip. So normally when Elin's in hospital, well, every time so far Elin's been in hospital, she has been on fluid IV, but not nutrition IV. This time around we're going to place a central line, which is a cannula in her neck, and that goes into a vein. And through this, we can give her total nutrition without having to go through her stomach whatsoever. We are expecting her gut to shut down, and to shut down bad for days. So by having this central line in place, we know we can go in and we can keep her nutrition levels up even while she is really, really poorly. There is something called a peptide feed, which is where all the nutrients are broken down a bit further so that it's easier to digest for the system, because your stomach doesn't have to do as much digestion. And that is now one of the potentials for when we start introducing things into Elin's gut, is to use this peptide feed. She is then going to have blended diet when we know that we can introduce actual calories, actual feeds into her body. And we're going to be using the hospital's puree menu. So this is a hospital that supports blended diet. I'm so happy. And from a hygiene point of view, they would rather we use their menu. And I'm like, well, duh, because if I'm bringing in food for Elin, then I'll be cooking it, at least a week before she's eating. That's not okay. So no. And also, I'm going to be bringing in like a suitcase of food for me. So we're definitely doing the hospital's puree. It's going to come as fairly thick puree. It's going to need to be diluted. And so she has asked me to bring in Fortini to dilute it with, which is the total nutrition meal replacement drink that Elin uses anyway. But we are going to see the dietitian when Elin's in hospital, and we're going to keep reviewing and reassessing on a daily basis and just see how we get on. Yes. And then we've spoken to the occupational therapist. Yes, we have, about Elin's post-surgery handling needs. They are hoping that they can avoid a spica cast. So this is what's been said all along: we're not going to do a spica cast, which is the plaster cast that's keeping her legs apart. And I mean, Madam's got legs for miles, right? There's a lot of leg going on here. So if we put Elin in a spica cast where the plaster cast is literally holding them apart, we won't be able to get her through a doorway, okay? There's just going to be legs everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, I know. So just screw some plates on the inside of her hip, on her left hip even. So I was showing it on my right, but on her left. Initially, she's going to be very sore and very uncomfortable, and she's also going to be in a high dependency unit at the hospital with complete one-to-one care and with an epidural and with as much morphine as she wants. Well, within reason. I'm going to try to handle her as little as possible during that time, because then, wound is fresh and breaks are fresh and there's no healing yet. But when she goes home, provided she's not in a spica cast, there are no limitations on manual handling. We can lift her in our arms the way we normally do, and particularly Elin's dad, who's a very big and strong man. She's allowed to sit on laps as she prefers to do, and yeah, the only restriction is Elin comfortable? If the answer to that question is yes, we can do it. That's fine. And then finally, before I run off to school, oh my God, is Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so late. Shall I drive you, Elin? We are super late. Social workers and care packages. We have discussed if there's no kind of manual handling additional needs, then we don't need to have 2-to-1 care for Elin. 1-to-1 care is fine, so that means one carer. Dad's gonna be there. Dad needs a break occasionally, so he needs to sleep. With Elin, we don't sleep much, and he needs to go to the gym. He needs time to shower. He needs time to cook. He needs time to eat. So how much care do we need? Well, we have a care package of 10 hours per week, which we currently have a surplus budget for, which is fine. So we can use that as much as we need, but we have asked for additional budget for 2 overnights per week. So sleep-in overnight care, that a carer is in Elin's room overnight, Dad gets a break, he can put in earplugs, he doesn't have to worry. So that's what we've requested. Whether we get it or not, we don't know, because this is social services and our social worker is 100% on our side, but she's not the one who hands out the money. But that's what we've requested. And yeah, that's really where we're at now, I suppose. Yeah. I think we have done all the sort of conversations we need to have and all the applications we need to do and all the sort of management of stuff around this that are necessary. Oh, one more thing. I asked in school if we can borrow Elin's school chair, her postural support seat, for her convalescence at home, and the answer is yes. So Dad's gonna somehow pick that up. Don't really know how, but somehow Dad is gonna pick that up and get it over to his place for her post-surgery recovery as well. Yeah, so it's little bits and pieces, quite a lot of bits and pieces, quite a lot of people involved, just to make sure that we have everything in place. And obviously, don't know yet what we're gonna get as a care package. Personally, I don't really care. I just want to get her into hospital and get the operation over and done with, and then I can start looking beyond that. But I will update all of you guys as and when I know. Right, I can feel that I'm stressing because Elin was supposed to be in school 3 minutes ago. So I'm gonna take a deep breath, turn the camera off, get her water sorted, and then put her in the car and drive off. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.